Hello students, welcome to today's lecture of mathematics. I am going to discuss the first chapter of plus 2 mathematics. The name of the chapter is relation and functions. I will introduce about a relation and functions today. These are the topics I will cover in this lecture: Cartesian product, domain, range and codomain. Then what is the meaning of a relation? What do you mean by identity function or identity relation? Then inverse relation. What do you mean by equivalence relation? And what do you mean by partition of the set? Now, first of all, what do you mean by Cartesian product? First of all, definition about Cartesian product. Now, how to define Cartesian product? Cartesian product is represented by A cross B. And how to write Cartesian product? It's written as A comma B in round brackets such that A belongs to capital A and B belongs to capital B. Now, what are A and B here? What is the meaning of A and what is the meaning of B? A and B are two sets. For example, if I am writing set A as 1, 2 and 3 and set B as 4 and 5, I can represent these sets like this: 1, 2, 3 and second is 4 and 5. If I have to write A cross B, then what will be the answer? It comprises of 1, 4, 1, 5. This one is the combination of 1 with 4 and 5. Similarly, I can write the other combinations: 2, 4 and 2, 5. What about the third combination? I can write 3, 4 and 3, 5. This one is A cross B. Now, we can take another examples also. If I am writing set A only, 1, 2, 3, this one is set A. Suppose I have to write A cross A. Then how to write these values? I can write set A again in the second representation. What I can do? I can combine these elements: 1, 1, 1, 2 and 1, 3. Look at this one. I can write 1, 1, 1, 2 and 1, 3. Similarly, I can write 2, 1, 2, 2 and 2, 3. And what about the third combination? I can write 3, 1, 3, 2 and 3, 3. This one is the third combination. Now the second topic is domain, range and codomain. What is the meaning of domain and what is the meaning of range and what is the meaning of codomain? First one is domain and second is range and third one is codomain. These are the three topics I am going to discuss now. Suppose two sets are there, set A, let the elements are 1 and 2. Set B, let the elements are 3, 7 and 9. Suppose these are the elements. First one is set A and second one is set B. These are the elements 3, 7 and 9. Suppose one function is there and function is designed in such a way that by inserting 1 I am getting answer as 3 and by inserting 2 I am getting answer as 7. This one is set A and what about this one? This one is set B. Now, as per this example, if I have to find out domain of the function, now domain of the function is all the elements inside set A. And what about range of the function? Range of the function is all the elements which are approachable when I insert the values of domain. It means only 3 and 7 lie inside range. And what about set B? If I am talking about all the elements of set B, this one is known as codomain. Codomain is equal to 3, 7 and 9, means all the elements of set B. If I am briefing again set A, this one is known as domain of the function. Set B, this one is known as codomain of the function. And what about range? All the elements found after inserting the values of domain inside function, means all the answers which are generated whenever I insert these values of domain inside some function. Suppose I am generating some function and after generating the function I have to find out a domain, range and codomain. Suppose fx is equal to x plus 7. Suppose this one is the function. Now, two sets are there. Suppose I am inserting 1, 2 and 3. Whenever I insert value of x, this one is x and this one is known as fx. Or you can write this one as set A and this one as set B. If I am inserting some values like 1, 2, 3, if I insert 1, the answer is equal to 8. If I insert 2, the answer is equal to 9. 1 plus 7 is equal to 8. 2 plus 7 is equal to 9. And 3 plus 7 is equal to 10. Now, domain of the function in this case is equal to 1, 2 and 3. And what about the range of the function? Range of the function is 8, 9 and 10. Now, in this problem, codomain is equal to range of the function, means all the elements lie inside codomain. This one is using example. And what about this one? This one is the random example. You can take any random example and you can take using functions also. Now, what is the meaning of a relation? Now, relation is correlated with your Cartesian product. This one is closely related with Cartesian product. But one difference is there. You can take the subset of Cartesian product. Basically, this one is subset of Cartesian product. You can take all the elements, no issue, but generally this one is subset of Cartesian product. Okay. Suppose two sets are there, 1, 2, 3, and second one is 4, 5 and 6. Suppose these are the two sets, A and B. Now, relation, you can write 1, 4, 1, 6, 2, 4, 2, 5 like this. Now, these are only the few elements when you write Cartesian product, and inside Cartesian product of these two sets you can write 1, 4, 1, 5, after that 1, 6 and then 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, after that 3, 4, 3, 5 and 3, 6. But inside the relation I am writing only the few contents. Now, what is the meaning of this? It means I can write relation is equal to A cross B, or you can write about subsets only. Subsets of A cross B, or you can write only subset, not the subsets. You can write subset only, subset of A cross B. This one is basically the content. Now, you can take some more examples related to relation. Suppose I am writing A in a relation with A only. Like this, similar to A cross A. A is a set 1, 2, 3, 4. What you can do, if I am writing A in relation to A, I can write 1, 1, then I can write 1, 2, I can write 2, 3, like this. Now, why the elements are like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, and what about this one? 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 in relation with 1, then 1 in relation with 2, then 2 in relation with 3, like this. You can generate the elements like this. Now, what about the next topic? Now, what is the meaning of identity and inverse relation? If I am talking about the first topic, that is identity. If I am writing y is equal to x, that's known as identity. It means if I am writing 1 inside first set, the combination with second is also 1. This one is the combination. If I am writing 7 here, it means 7 will be here. If I am writing 11, 11 will be here. This one is known as identity relation. And what about inverse? Now, inverse relation is, suppose one Cartesian product, or you can say relation is there, 1, 2, 3, 7 and 11, 23. Suppose this one is the pair. Now, in this case, A is equal to 1, 3 and 11. What about B? Set B is 2, 7 and 23. Now, what about B cross A? If I have to write B cross A, then I have to write 2, 1, then 7, 3 and then 23 and 11. This one is first relation. And what about this one? This one is second relation. Now, these are the anti-values of B cross A. Now, I can write R2 as inverse of R1 and vice versa is also true. I can write R1 as inverse of R2 also. This one is also there. These are the contents. You can write the equations also related to this one. You can design the diagram also. Okay. Now, what about equivalence relation? This one is too much important topic. As far as your first exercise is concerned, it comprises of basically 3 parts: equivalence relation. It comprises of 3 parts. First one is reflexive and second one is symmetric, and what about third one? Third one is transitive. These are the three contents. Now what about first one? Reflexive. Now inside any relation, if element A in a relation with A. Now what is the meaning of this? It means 1 1 like this, 2 2, 3 3. These pair of elements are there inside a relation. Then it's known as reflexive. Now what about the second one? Symmetric. If A in a relation with B, then B is in a relation with A. Now what is the meaning of this? If 1 and 2 are present inside the relation, 2 and 1 should be there inside that particular relation. If 1 2 is present and 2 1 is absent, then the relation is not symmetrical. Similarly, if 3 2 is there, then 2 3 should be present inside that relation. The combination of these values represent the symmetrical relation. Now what about the third one? Third one is transitive. Now what about transitive? A in relation with B. Suppose this one is given to you, and B in relation with C. This one is also given to you. It implies A in relation with C. Basically, a group of 3 elements or 3 pairs is required inside transitive. For example, if 1 2 and 2 3 are present, then 1 3 should also be present. This one is required. 1 2, then 2 3, and 1 3 should be there inside that particular relation. This one is known as transitive relation. Now, if all the 3 pairs are there inside one relation, reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, then it's known as equivalence relation. Now what is the meaning of partition of the set? Suppose first set is there, let us say 1 2 3. Suppose this one is the first set, and what about second set? Suppose the elements are 3 4 and 5. Suppose these are the elements. Let's represent these elements using Venn diagram. This one is universal set. This one is set A. And what about this one? This one is set B. This one is set B, and this one is set A. Now what about the common elements? First of all, common element is 3. It means I have to write 3 at this place, 1 2 here, and 4 5 here. Now the diagram comprises of different parts. Now what are these parts basically? Okay, this one is part 1, and what about this one? This one is part 2, and what about this one? This one is part 3, and this one is part 4. These are the 4 parts inside partition of the set. Now what about part 1? Part 1 is A only. There is no element which is common with B. Now what about part 2? Part 2 comprise of A and B, means the elements common to A and B both. What about part 3rd? This one is B only. What about part 4? This one is neither A nor B. Basically, these are the 4 partitions of the set. Now, how to write mathematically? First partition, second partition, third one, and fourth one. How to write these partitions? First partition can be written as A intersection B complement. Now, what is the meaning of A intersection B complement? Also, you can write A minus B, means only the elements of A are there and I am deleting the element of B from A with the element which is common to B. Now, what about second? Second is A intersection B. What is the meaning of intersection? Basically, two contents are there which we have already discussed inside set theory in +1. What is the meaning of intersection? Intersection stands for common elements. And what is the meaning of union? Union stands for all the elements of set A and set B. What about third part? Third part represent B intersection A complement, or you can write B minus A. And what about fourth part? In fourth part, neither A nor B, means both the set elements are not there. It means we can write A complement intersection B complement. Now, what is the meaning of basically complement? Complement represents that particular set is absent in that area. A complement or A intersection B complement. It means in number 1, in first reason B is not there. In second reason A and B both are there. In third reason A is not there. In fourth reason A and B both are not there. Suppose I am going to discuss 3 sets. Then how can I represent that content? Suppose 3 sets are there. Suppose this one is the Venn diagram, or you can say universal block. First set, second, and similarly third set is there. Suppose this one is A and this one is B and this one is C. These are the 3 sets. Okay. Let the elements are 1, 2 and 3. Set B comprise of 2, 3 and 5. Then set C comprise of 1, 2 and 7. Suppose these are the elements. Now, let's represent these elements. Okay. Inside Venn diagram, first of all, what are the elements which are common to all the 3 sets? I think this element is 2. First of all, I have to represent this element here because this part is common to all the 3 sets. This one is universal set. Now, what are the elements common inside A and B? 3 is common. It means I have to write here because this part is common to A and B. What are the elements which are common to A and C. A and C. This element is 1. What are the elements common to B and C? Nothing is there. Now the pending elements are 5 and 7. It lie inside this area, 5 and 7. Now what are the various partitions inside these sets? Let's represent that. This one is partition number 1 and this one is partition number 2. This one is partition number 3 and the central portion, this one is partition number 4. And what about this one? Partition number 5. This one is 6. And what about this one? This one is 7. And outside portion, this one is 8. I would like to discuss again this part. These are the 3 sets, first, second and third. And what about this one? This one is the universal set. First one, this one and this one. Suppose these are the 3 partitions first. First, second and third. Now, the combinations, this one and this one. It is the combination of 2. Suppose this one is partition number 4, this one is 5 and this one is 6. And what about this part, central part? This one is partition number 7 and the outside portion is partition number 8. These are the contents. Okay. Suppose I have to write all the elements. In partition number 1, what are the elements? Partition number 2, partition number 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 8 partitions are there. If I am talking about partition number 1, partition number 1 is empty. Then partition number 2, this one is partition number 2 in this diagram. This one is only 3. And what about partition number 3? It's only 5. You can write the elements easily. What about partition number 4? Partition number 4 comprise of 2 only. And what about partition number 5? Partition number 5 comprise of 1 only. And what about partition number 6? It's empty. This one is empty. What about partition number 7? 7 is also empty. No, 7 comprise of element number 7. Okay, 8 outside, this one is empty. Okay. Suppose I am finding the union of all these 3 elements. Union is 1, 2, 3, 5 and 7. Look at the union of this part. This one is again 1, 2, 3, 5 and 7. If any element is missing, it means you are doing some error. Now, one more content I would like to discuss. If I am talking about this partition, then what is the mathematical formulation for that? if I am talking about first set, then second set and third set. Suppose this one is partition number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Suppose this one is the partition. First partition, then second partition, third, fourth, fifth and sixth and seventh and eighth. This one is set A, this one is set B and this one is set C. What about partition number 1? Mathematically, partition number 1 is A intersection B complement intersection C complement, because B and C are not there. What about partition number 2? Partition number 2 comprise of A and B only. It means A intersection B intersection C complement, because C is not there. What about partition number 3? Partition number 3 comprise of B only. This one is only B. It means A complement intersection B intersection C complement. And what about 4? If you are checking 4 here, this one is 4, this one is 4. It means this one is the combination of A and C. A intersection C, B is not there, B complement. What about partition number 5? Partition 5, this one is partition 5, this one, the central portion. It means it comprises of all the elements A, B and C. What about partition number 6? 6 comprises of B and C. It means I can write B intersection C intersection A complement. What about partition number 7? 7 comprise of, this one is 7. 7 comprise of C only. It means C intersection A complement intersection B complement. What about 8? 8 lies outside this one. It means neither A nor B nor C, means A, B and C, all the 3 are absent. This one is partition number 8. Hope you understand all the topics of this video. I will explain about the exercise, or I will discuss questions of first exercise of relation and function in the next video. Thanks for watching.